Okay.
Time to bring it on. You
Let's
ready?
go for it. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this, Pat, is a long one. This is from Debbie, who says, Pat, I've been married now over 29 years. Although we were both strong Christians, our marriage was struggling for years. I found out 8 years ago he had a one-time affair he had covered up for the prior 7 years, along with porn issues. And after counseling, I decided he was a sex addict. He continues to struggle with temptations and lying. He attended 12-step programs for about 3 years and recently private counseling again. He lies, plays with my mind, and I feel like I'm going crazy, similar to before the disclosure of it all. I often wrestle with staying in the marriage or leaving. The only money I had is now gone and my job is tied into our joint company. I also struggle with knowing God loves us in spite of our continuing sins and that I'm called to love my husband. What can I do?
Well, the basic principle is God's on the side of restoring marriages where possible. But it sounds like you've got a situation where he needs a serious miracle. He's got an addiction. It's tearing your family up. And what it amounts to, in his case, is adultery. Every time that he's involved in some of this pornography and so forth, it's like he's committing adultery. So he's tearing you up and you're being destroyed. You know, you can say do counseling, but he's already had all those 12 steps and all that stuff, and it hadn't helped. So I don't know what you could do except sever that relationship. You shouldn't allow something like that to destroy you. But I know you have a compassionate heart, but this guy at this point of time has got to come to the point where he says, I can't do this anymore, but he hasn't come to that point, and apparently he needs some shock therapy, and a separation with him paying the bills might be the best way to start and see what happens. Keep a love in your heart. Always don't hate him. Keep love in your heart. And there always is a possibility of restoration and always a possibility of reconciliation. All right.
Okay, this is Darla, who says, with all the times Israel has turned their back on God, he punished them but kept drawing them back to himself and protected them. With all the prayers going up around America, no matter how sinful we've become, do you have any hope for the Lord to have mercy on us, to bring righteousness back to us, God's mercy over judgment? How do you pray for America, and what are you looking for him to do?
Well, I think America, very frankly, has been the sending station for the gospel around the world. I mean, CBN, we've seen hundreds of millions of people come to the Lord, so we're part of America. And the donations that come to this ministry are from America. And the compassionate humanitarian things that have come. America has been the policeman for the world. We have kept the evil forces at bay throughout the world. And God loves America. And what we need to do is to pray that we'll come back to the founding of this nation, this nation was founded on the Bible and founded on God. But will we have a period where we are judged? I think probably so. I think there may be serious judgment that comes on America, but out of it all, God loves this country and he'll bring us back. I promise you.
Okay, this is Lupi, who says, a friend went on vacation to Greece and brought me an alabaster sculpture of the ancient Greek goddess of the hunt, Diana Artemis. Is having this in my house considered having other gods? If it's another god, can I sell it or should I destroy it? And is there a specific way to destroy it? When my friend gave it to me, she told me it was a fertility goddess. Both she and I were going through in vitro at the time.
I think a statue of Diana the Huntress is... The question was that thing used in occult activity? Does it have demonic power associated with it, or is it just a good-looking statue? Only you know that. I can't give you the answer. If it's part of an occult ritual, then by all means destroy it. If it's just a beautiful ornament, I mean, you know, don't worry about it. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of the 700 Club, and we leave you with today's Power Minute. Call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things you did not know.